It's Friday, May 15th, 2020. As you can see, it's Friday. Did someone say Friday? Yep, my little cute doggy up there too. Make sure that you are still working on the Go Formative, and don't forget that there are no small groups for Fridays or Zooms. Going into our goals for today, our standard is still the L.4.4. Determine and or clarify the meaning of unknown and multiple meaning words and phrases based on grade 4 reading and content. Choosing flexibly from a range of strategies, which could include context clues, word parts, which we're working on, word relationships, and reference materials. Your learning target is the student will be able to apply the meanings of word parts in order to determine the meaning of words that contain various common word parts. The essential questions today are: what are roots? What are prefixes? What are suffixes? And how does understanding word parts help me determine the meaning of unfamiliar words? Let's go ahead and get into our brain pop video for prefixes, suffixes, and roots.
What you doing? You want to study geology? I thought you were studying biology. And 2 weeks ago, it was Greek mythology. Pick an ology. Dear Tim and Moby, I just don't understand prefixes and suffixes at all. Please help. From Pat. Words can be broken down into different parts: roots, prefixes, and suffixes. A root is the essential part of the word, and it can't be broken down into any smaller parts. A prefix is a part of the word that goes before the root, and suffixes come after the root. How do you know what all the parts mean? Well, mostly it comes with practice. Prefixes and suffixes have definitions, just like root words. Let's look at the word dehydration. The prefix is de, the root is hydro, and the suffix is shun. De is a common prefix that means lack of. Hydra, the root word, comes from the Greek word for water. And shun here means something like a state of being. So if you put it all together, you can figure out the meaning of the word dehydration, a state in which something or someone lacks water. Let's look at another example. Unpleasantness. The prefix is un, which means not. Un is a really common prefix that we see in a lot of words. Uncommon, unlikely, undecided, unclear. Pleasant is the root word. Ness is the suffix, which means state of. So unpleasantness means the state of not being pleasant. Adding a prefix or suffix to a root word changes its meaning, and often it's part of speech. Well, adding the prefix un changes the meaning of pleasant to mean its opposite. Adding the suffix ness changes the word pleasant from an adjective into a noun. Well, no, not all words are made up of all three parts. Here's another word. It has only two parts. Biology. The root is bio, which comes from the Greek word for life. Ology, or logi, is a suffix that means the study of. So biology means the study of life. A lot of prefixes and suffixes come from Greek and Latin words. If you learn what some of them mean, you can figure out definitions of words you thought you didn't know. Common prefixes like anti, co, pre, and auto are easy to spot. And some common suffixes are ist, ism, able, and full. Thinking of a bunch of words that contain the same prefix or suffix can help you figure out its meaning. Well, let's think of some words that end in Gardener, runner, recorder. A gardener is someone who gardens. A runner is someone who runs. A recorder is a machine that records things. So I guess when a verb has at the end, it's describing someone or something that performs the verb's action. But a prefix or suffix might not always mean the same thing. For example, when you add to the end of an adjective, it means more, like in bigger, faster, or brighter. Hey, why are you looking at my head? What, do you want to study phrenology now? Timology? I don't think that's a real word.
All right, going into our vocabulary for today, we have word parts, which are smaller parts of words, which include prefixes, roots, and or suffixes. We also have the prefix is a word part, is a part of a word that comes before the root. Always remember pre means before. And then the root word is the essential part of the word, and it can't be broken down into any smaller parts. And also, this type of word cannot stand alone. We also have the base word, a word that can have a prefix or a suffix and or added to it. When a prefix or suffix is added to a base word, the word's meaning changes and a new word is actually formed. Base words can stand alone, which means you will see it by itself without a prefix or a suffix on it, and you still know the meaning of it. We also have the suffix. The suffix comes after the root word. Remember, there's two types of root words. There's Greek and Latin. The Greek words come from or are related to Greece, and the Latin ones are people using languages, especially Spanish, that developed in Latin. Getting into our notes, we have adding prefixes and or suffixes changes the meaning of the word. Example, happy, feeling or showing pleasure or contentment, and unhappy, which means not feeling or showing pleasure or contentment because it had that un in front of the base word happy. We also have adding suffixes sometimes changes the part of speech of the word. For example, a run. But if we say a runner, we're saying we're not running anymore. It's actually a person that's running. And then we have happy again, and we're just having happiness to it. So it also changes it from an adjective to a noun, as the word run changes it from a verb to a noun. Understanding what prefixes, suffixes, and roots mean helps you figure out what unfamiliar words that contain word parts mean. Illegally, ill is not. Legal is the base word, and then we add the ly at the end, like the base word, and it just means illegally means in a way that is not legal. Let's get into our words again. So we have enjoy. En is our prefix, joy is our base word. So we have en means to cause to, and joy is a feeling of great happiness, of pleasure and happiness. And when I put that together, it means to cause to feel a great feeling of pleasure and or happiness. Going into a readable, we have read, which is our base word, and then able, which is the suffix added to the end of it. So now it's read. Could you read, or is this readable? Read is a verb, but what is readable? So we have look at the comprehend and the meaning of a word or a written or printed matter by mentally interpreting the characters or symbols in which it is composed. We also have able, the act that can be done. So what is it together? It's the ability to read. We have construction. This is actually 3 parts. We have con is our prefix, struct is our root word. It will never stand alone. And shun is the suffix. So what do they mean? Con means together. Struck means to build or assemble. And shun means the state of something. So when I join them together, what does that mean? It's the state of something that was put together by being built or assembled. Then we have the word unhappiness. Again, happy is our base word, but we have un is in the front and ness is in the back. So un is our prefix and ness is our suffix because it happened after that base word. So we have unhappy and ness. So what do they mean? En obviously means not. Happy means feeling pleasure or content. And ness means being in the state of. So when I add that together and want to come up with a definition, it would be not being in the state of feeling pleasure or content. We're going to go into this one now. I want you to think about it. We have which of the following definitions best matches the word cardiologist. I want you to remember what was cardio and what is ologist. What would that be? Think about it. Very good. It's a person who studies the heart because cardio means heart and ologist means the study of. So obviously it's the study of the heart. Getting into your work today, you will answer Friday's word parts, not Thursday's. Let me change that for you. There you go. All better now. All right, so you're going to answer Friday's word price, which is the questions on Google Formative. You're also going to read the excerpt from On the Bus with Joanna Cole and complete the associated questions for the released EOG. Remember, I am asking that you do it on your own and that you do not get the assistance from anybody else, as I'm really trying to see if what you need to learn and not what somebody else knows because they assisted you. It's just from what you know. Okay. And I can't wait to see you guys on Monday for Zoom. And I missed you yesterday because I wasn't able to see you because all the teachers were at the school. And I really hope that you're seeing these messages. And if you are watching my video messages, I want you to say, "You're awesome," when you see me. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye.